Doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Diffuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, like told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself.
Welcome back to CTC. I am your gracious host, Carl, and I'm here today just quickly to give you the one game of the week for the FBS, the Army-Navy game, hence the name America. And I'm going to give you some little quick picks in college basketball this weekend. Well, for Saturday games, we got a lot of Saturday games. We got a nice, heavy slate of college basketball. I'm going to give you some quick picks on some big games, some games I like. But before I do that, I would like to ask you to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. It helps the content on this channel, helps the content on this network. It helps the content for the main show featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave, which we had Tomo and Dave hold it down today earlier at 7 o'clock, featuring Vaughn and Ty. We got BWT Baseball with Teddy. Shout out to Teddy, man. He kind of called it with the whole Juan Soto trade to the Yankees. Now, the way it happened wasn't 100% what he said, but hey, he knew the trade was coming, and he got it. Then we got FFC Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs, which I believe he went live earlier. Shout out Daniel. What it do, Daniel? Excuse me. Then we got RBO, Real Ballers Only. That's Vaughn, who was on the main show earlier. We got Dave's Doghouse, who went live, I believe he went live Wednesday. Then we got Joe Jordan Show. And we last but certainly not least got In the Red Corner. That's featuring Ty, Fast Camp, and Ricky. They're going live this Sunday, I believe, at 7 or around 7. So stay tuned for that. That'll be their third episode of their young debut. But yeah, so, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share if you like any of these things on this channel, on this network, and just watch a couple videos and go down the rabbit hole with us. And if you like what you're listening to, stick with us. Now, let's briefly talk about the Army-Navy game at Gillette, not at the common venue in Philly. It's in Gillette. It's tomorrow at 3:30 on CBS. The lone FBS game, not the lone college football game, the lone FBS game, because we do have some FCS quarterfinals going on as we speak. It's at 3 o'clock, by the way. As we speak, we have Furman in Montana. That is currently on my television. Some FCS quarterfinals. We have 3 games tomorrow in the FCS quarterfinals. But for Navy, Army, like I said, lone FBS game. Army coming in, winning 3 straight against Coastal Carolina. They beat Holy Cross and Air Force. They actually dominated Air Force. Both teams actually come in at 5-6. Army comes in as a 2.5-point favorite. Was 3 earlier today. Has now dropped half a point. Navy is coming in off a loss to SMU, but they have won 2 of their last 3, beating ECU and UAB. Now, for Navy, Ty Levitai is all but. It looks like he's not playing again. Looks like they're going to Xavier. What's his last name? I forgot. Hold on, I got it right here. I know his first name Xavier. Xavier Arline. It looks like they're going back to Xavier Arline. Now, Navy is 2-2 with Xavier Arline under center to run the option. Now, normally, as y'all know, I do my previews. I do 5 points or 5 things for each team to win. But this is Army-Navy. This is going to be an option shootout. Well, not option shootout. I should say option fest because it ain't going to be a lot of points. It's not going to be a shootout. The over-under, I believe, is 28.5 at this current moment. And I know the over-under, the under and Service Academy games are like almost a lock. I stay away because of principle. It's at 27.5 now, and I will still stay away. But I know a lot of people want to fire their unders because of the trend, and I don't blame you. Just I don't have the balls to pull it. But yeah, it's going to be an option fest. I'm not going to give you 5 keys from each team because each team is going to run the same thing. They're each going to run triple option at each other all day. It just basically which team gets out of gap discipline first. Like I said, Bryson Daly. Well, I didn't say his name, but you got Bryson Daly of Army. He's coming in, winning 3 straight. He's been really having this Army offense running really well. You got Udo, the freshman from New Jersey, the freshman fullback. But for Navy, like I said, you got Xavier Arline, and then you have Alex Texa, who's an honorable mention, I believe, in the American Conference. He's a driving force for this Navy option as well. He'll break one for sure. I can't remember the exact game I've seen. I want to say it was Memphis. Yeah, it was Memphis, where Texas had a huge game against Memphis. So he has the capability of busting a big run out of this option. It's going to be, if you're an option fan, like growing up, I always thought the option was the best offense. Now, obviously, I was young, so don't think that now, but I was always a fan of the option offense. So it's fun for me to watch teams try to get the other team out of gap discipline, try to deceive them, try to, get the pitch off late, hopefully bust a big one. But that's the kind of game you want to see tomorrow. Just straight up option fest. Who's going to get out of gap disciplines first? Who's going to bust a long run first? Who's going to break a tackle? You might even see who's going to miss the pitch, and that turns into a turnover. Or who's going to make the wrong read on 3rd and 1 or 2nd and 1, making it now 3rd and 2, 4th and 2, 3rd and 3, 4th and 3. Now you got to punt instead of you had a chance of going for it. Because again, with Army Navy, 3rd and 1s, 4th and 1s, they're going for a lot of those with this option. They feel like if you can stop a triple option at all 3 levels, then hey, great defense. You got us off the field. If you can read the fullback to the quarterback to the pitch man, then hey, you got it. Great defense. Tip to the cap. Y'all got it. So, but that's just basically a small little preview of the game. Now, I'm going to roll with Army. I'm going to roll with the hot hand, winning 3 straight against, I know Holy Cross is an FCS school, but Coastal, that's a really good win. And I forgot the third already. Hold on, let me find it again. But if I remember correctly, it's not a bad win. It is Holy Cross, Coastal, and stop going up. Air Force, which was a great win. Also, Army, it has the motivational factor because they are playing for complete control of the Commander Cup, the Commander-in-Chief Cup, I believe, something like that. While Navy, they're just playing for a share of it because Navy got absolutely stomped by Air Force. But if Navy can somehow win this game, then they I believe split it with Army because both Army and Navy beat Air Force. But Army wants that thing outright. They want this Commander-in-Chief's Cup outright. So I feel like they're coming in with the 3 straight, coming in with the extra motivation to, hey, we beat both service academies. So I think Army for sure is going to win this game. I have no play for the over under. Like I said, I'm not touching the over under 27.5. I give you a perfect example. I know it's not the same. It's football, but it's not the same level professionally. I thought the under 30.5 last night for the Steelers and Patriots was a lock. They broke that by halftime. Now, again, here's another example. Iowa, Nebraska. That was over under 25.5. Halftime, it hit 17. I'm like, oh, man, that under 25.5 don't look good no more. Game finished with 23. So I can't. I don't have the balls, the stomach to pull it under 27.5. Army Navy, I guess I would lean the 2.5 because 2.5 is not a lot of points. With Army, I do have them winning. So 2.5 is not a lot. It's a field goal. Now, if you're getting triple overtime, then you're screwed because then you only got 2-point conversion plays. There's no way Army can cover that. And we have seen some overtimes in these Service Academy games. But I'm going to take Army to win the game, like I said. So moving on from that, we got some college basketball quick picks. I'm going to go over a couple games. I got a list of the games right here on my phone. I'm going to name the team. I'm going to pick my winner and just give one reason why I think they'll win. We're going to first start with Syracuse, Georgetown. I'm picking Syracuse on the road against Georgetown. Georgetown, I know they got Ed Cooley, great coach, but I really like the second-year guard, Judah Mintz, out of Syracuse. I think he's going to be a problem for the Georgetown defense. Georgetown, they played TCU well at home. I give them that. They probably should have won that game. I don't think Ed Cooley is going to have this Georgetown. I don't think Ed Cooley has his Georgetown team ready yet. Now, granted, it is a Syracuse-Georgetown game, former Big East rivalry, so could be a little extra oomph for Georgetown, but give me Syracuse. The next game I got for us is a banger at noon on CBS. Illinois at Tennessee. Tennessee's -6.5. I picked Tennessee in a lot of the big games that they played this year, and they've lost them all. So I want to take Illinois. Illinois have been battle tested. They did lose to Marquette early in the year, but they bounced back with a great win against FAU this week. I think that was Tuesday. Illinois, Terry Shannon and Marcus Domas both combined for 33 apiece against FAU. They were able to hold off strong runs by FAU to try to take the lead back. I think Illinois is battle tested. Now, I get Illinois is on the road. I don't think this is a neutral site game. It's in Tennessee. I get Tennessee as Dalton Nitch or Dalton Notch. I'm sorry. I'm probably pronouncing the transfer from Northern Colorado. They got Dalton Notch. They got Josiah James Jordan. They got Zakai Ziegler. They got Santiago Vescalvi. They got all them guys. They got a nice nucleus. I get that. I think Illinois just pulls it out barely in a close one in Knoxville. We're going to move on to Alabama, Purdue. Purdue is coming off of a loss to Northwestern and I believe a win. Yeah, a blowout win against Iowa. Alabama is coming off a loss to Clemson, but a blowout win against Arkansas State. I'm going to roll with Purdue. I think Zach Edey is going to be problems. He's always problems for a lot of the teams he go against. Mark Sears is a great guard for Alabama, but Purdue got some pretty good guards too. And Fletcher Loyer, Foster Loyer's younger brother. Mason Gillis off the bench is always a spark. I'm gonna roll with Purdue. I'm blanking on Braden. Who is it? Braden Smith. I think I was blanking on his name, but I think that's what I was thinking about. Braden Smith is also a good guard for Purdue. Yeah, Braden Smith. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with Purdue here. Purdue has a lot of veteran experience as well. Now Alabama got some guys too. Like I said, Mark Sears. He's a vet. Aaron Estrada, the transfer from I believe Manhattan. As I look this up, I want to say he came from Manhattan. No, Hofstra. He's a senior guard who can score. They have my boy Grant Nelson from North Dakota State. It's also a great look for Alabama. He's been balling, but I forgot. They got my boy from Cal State Fullerton, Latrell Wrightsell. He's averaging 6 points on the year in 22 and a half minutes. I wish that was a little better, but give me Purdue. I think Purdue edges this out, and Purdue is also at home. So that's another reason why I'll go Purdue. We have Kansas State, LSU, which I'm a roll with K-State. If you know me, you know Tyler Perry was my favorite transfer in the transfer portal. I'm a huge Tyler Perry fan. If you combine that with Arthur Kaluma, combine that with Will McNair, you combine that with Cam Carter. Now, it sucks that Naquan Tomlin is now gone from the K-State program. He is currently in the transfer portal with immediate eligibility, so that'll be huge for somebody to sign. But I think K-State is just a better team in this situation. I understand K-State is on the road in Louisiana, but give me K-State to win this. We move on to, let's see, I'm trying to find a good one for you. Auburn, Indiana. I'm going to roll with Auburn in this game. Now, this is a neutral site game in Atlanta, which helps Auburn. If this was at home for Indiana, this would kind of help Indiana's case, but it's not. I'm going to roll with Auburn here. Auburn has veteran guard Katie Johnson. I think Katie Johnson is currently coming off the bench, or he's been recently coming off the bench. Still got guys like Johnny Broom. You got guys Aiden Holloman, freshman guy. I think that's the guy that really impressed me against Baylor. So I like this. I like this Auburn team. Now for Indiana, you do got Xavier Johnson. You do got not Khalil Ware, but is it Khalil Ware? I think it is Khalil Ware from Oregon. Yeah, Khalil Ware from Oregon. You got guys here too, Trey Galloway. You got guys here too, but I just think Auburn's going to get out and run it, and they're going to kind of blitz Indiana. So give me Auburn to beat Indiana. Then we'll move on to Wisconsin, Arizona. That's a good one. So for Wisconsin, Arizona, I'm gonna give me Arizona. Arizona is looking like the best college basketball team at this current moment, not period, just at this current moment. I believe period is Kansas, but Arizona, you can't deny the undefeated record. Can't deny the win against Duke. You can't deny the win against Michigan State, even though Michigan State looks very disappointing at the moment. Still can't deny it. Who else they have wins over? I know it's more than two. Let's see. They have a win over. No, that's pretty much it. Just the Duke and the Michigan State win. But nonetheless, you still can't deny those two wins. Wisconsin looks good too. Wisconsin has the win over Michigan State. Played Tennessee pretty close in a losing effort. Has the win over Marquette. Can't deny that as well. Wisconsin led by AJ Story, as I told y'all Tuesday. Arizona led by Caleb Love and Keyshawn Johnson, the transfer from San Diego State. I'm gonna take Caleb Love and Keyshawn with Amar Bello. Giving me Arizona. I think Amar Bello is going to be a handful, and he's one of the few guys that can stay with Stephen Kroll down low. You don't have to double Stephen Kroll down low. No, not Stephen Kroll. Tyler Wall, I think. No, Stephen Kroll. Yeah. We'll move on to, let's see. Woo Pig Sooie versus Oklahoma. Now, I feel like it's a tricky game, because Oklahoma has been looking really well. I know I picked against them in the Providence game, and they blew Providence out. Oklahoma has really good wins. Oklahoma has a win against SC, Southern California. The Providence win. They have really good wins. I believe they have a win against Iowa State. Let me look at theirs. They have a win against Iowa. Not blowout. They won by 12. But win against Iowa. Win against SC, and like I said, the Providence one, they have three really good resume building wins. They won in kind of like dominant fashion. I know they beat SC by 2, but I think they was up a lot of that game. Arkansas, you can't deny what Arkansas has been doing. Yeah, they had 3 losses, but they did beat Duke. They lost Tremont Mark, which is he's not gone for the year, but I don't know if he'll be back for this game. Memphis, that was a close L. Stanford I think that was a pretty good win. I think Stanford's a pretty good team. I'm going to take Oklahoma. I think I'm going to finally decide to take Oklahoma. I think it might bite me in the behind, but I think I'm going to roll with the momentum that Oklahoma has been carrying so far. This is another good game. We have Clemson versus TCU. I'm taking TCU. I looked at TCU's team, their roster recently when I looked and seen they were 7-0. You got Jameer Nelson Jr., you got Emmanuel Miller, you got Chuck O'Bannon, you got a nice roster here. I can't remember who that big man is at this current moment. I want to say it's Xavier Cork, because I know Eddie Lampkin went to Colorado. You got Michael Peavy at guard. You got Avery Anderson at guard. God, you got all of these guards. Jacoby Coles at forward. You got Xavier Cork, I think is the big man. I think he's like 6'9", 6'10". He's 6'9". Xavier Cork. You got a nice team here for the TCU Horned Frogs. But in Clemson, you got a really nice team in Clemson too. You got P.J. Hall. You got Chase Hunter. Chase Hunter. You got Joe Girard. You got guys at Clemson too. But I think TCU pulls this out. Now, P.J. Hall is going to be a problem down low for this TCU team. P.J. Hall, I believe, is 6'10", 6'11". He's 6'10". It's going to be a problem for Xavier Cork, but I think TCU has the guards to outgun Clemson. Clemson had a little trouble with South Carolina this week. I think TCU pulls this one out. We move on to, let's see if I can find another good one here. That might be it for quick picks. I would love to talk Utah Valley, Oregon State. I just don't have a winner in that one. I don't know who to pick there. Oh, I guess we'll talk about Mizzou, Kansas. This is also like a little rivalry here. Give me Kansas. Like I said, I think Kansas is the best team in college basketball, period. I think Hunter Dickinson is going to be a problem, especially for Noah Carter. I always mess his name up. The transfer from Northern Iowa, though. I think it's Noah Carter. Yep, Noah Carter. I do like Mizzou team, man. I do like Noah Carter. I like Sean East. I like Nick Honor, the transfer from Clemson. I like Caleb Grill, the transfer from Iowa State. I like this team, but man, you give me DeJuan Harris, you give me Hunter Dickinson, you give me KJ Adams motivated, you give me Kevin McCullough. I got to take Kansas in this one. We got Penn State, Ohio State. Ohio State's been playing really well, and for that fact, I know Penn State's at home, but give me Ohio State to win it. I think it'll be close, but I think Ohio State edges it out. Ohio State's been playing really good basketball. So yeah, give me Ohio State. See if I can find. We got St. Mary's, Colorado State. Colorado State at home. Colorado State 9-0. Colorado State had a little close one with Denver. St. Mary's has kind of been on the disappointing end to the national side. I didn't know what to expect from St. Mary's since they lost Jordan Ford, and they lost they lost Jordan Ford because Tommy Kuzi I don't think was on the team last year. And for that reason, I'm gonna take Colorado State. I love Isaiah Stevens. Give me Colorado State. We got BYU, Utah. That's another one. Give me BYU in that game, though. BYU, really good, 8-0. Came out of nowhere, in my opinion. Beat San Diego State. Now, San Diego State did take a loss to Grand Canyon, but Grand Canyon, like I said, got a bucket in Tyon Grant Foster. Grand Canyon is a really good WAC school, underrated school, in my opinion. So I don't look at that as a bad loss. Meanwhile, BYU has blowout wins against Fresno State, Evansville, which, okay, you want to say it's Evansville? Cool. The blowout win against Arizona State. Dominated San Diego State. Dominated NC State. Got good resume building wins for a good BYU program. I think Utah gets added to the list of good resume wins for BYU. We got James Madison, Old Dominion. I know Chauncey Jenkins has been making his rounds around social media, calling them Za Morant and everything. And I would like to see what Chauncey Jenkins does against this JMU defensive team led by Trent Edwards. I believe that's his name, Trent Edwards. I might have messed the name up because I was looking at a Bills video earlier, 09 with Trent Edwards. I might have messed the name up. Terrence Edwards. See, I knew I was going to confuse myself. Terrence Edwards. So I'm obviously roll with JMU. I was a big fan of JMU. I picked them to win the Sun Belt in the preseason, so I'm a huge fan of JMU. Think they get a Sun Belt W here. See if I can find any more for y'all. UCLA Villanova. Now I struggled with this game. I think I'm gonna roll Villanova though. I think Villanova. I know 3 or 4 wins. 4 losses have been to Philly schools, and then K-State at Kansas State. Huge. I mean, not huge loss, but it was a tough loss. They played Kansas State tough. Went to overtime, just lost in OT. With Jerome Tang is 9-0 now in overtime. UCLA, they lost a lot of guys. They lost Hawkins. They lost Tiger Campbell. They lost Amari Bailey. Now they did get the freshman Bonner back, but I don't know if they have enough. I know Villanova is they got Eric Dixon and they got Justin Moore. You got Hakeem Hart that transferred over from Maryland. You got TJ Bomba that transferred over from Washington State. And you got Tyler Burton. I think I'm going to roll with Villanova in this one. And Villanova is at home. I don't think this is a neutral site. Yep, it's at the Wells Fargo. So give me Villanova. And I believe that's all I got for y'all today. I'm not picking Notre Dame Marquette. Well, I can. It's Marquette. I'm not rolling with Notre Dame. Yeah, that's. Oh, I guess I could do Gonzaga, Washington. I'll take Gonzaga. I like Washington with Severe Wheeler and Keon Brooks, but I think Gonzaga is just going to be too much for the Huskies. So I'll take Gonzaga. But that'll do it for CTC today. I will be back tomorrow to discuss the awards. I know we had an award show tonight, but the Heisman wasn't revealed tonight, and I want the Heisman to go along with all the awards. So I have the awards already written up. I just don't have a winner for the Heisman because nobody knows who won yet. That comes out tomorrow. So I will discuss the awards, what I agree with, what I disagree with, and I'll be obviously recapping the Army-Navy game for you guys. I would say look out for that show tomorrow night because the Heisman show's at 8. I believe it's only an hour, so I might go live around like 9:30. Depends, work and whenever I can get everything together. So until tomorrow, until next time, pretty much tomorrow, I will see y'all. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.